I'm just having a little look at some of the new and used motorhomes at Pioneer this month, and I'm going to give you a little flavour of why the dealers are shouting at you right now, and I literally mean shouting. Join me in this video as I explain a little bit more about what's going on in the new market. So my theme this week is the lengths that dealers are going to attract your attention and draw you into what they've got left from both 2024 and 2025 brand new stock. Dealers are literally shouting at you. I'm using that phrase as in they are being loud, their advertising has stepped up, their social media presence has stepped up. And when you look across many of the big dealers, there are more YouTube videos, there are more Instagram posts, and there are more TikToks. Now, the TikToks seem to be proving quite prevalent across some of the main dealers who are coming up with creative ways of advertising their products, from silly little skits to giving you the real information about the big discounts that they are offering. Now, I know in my recent videos I've talked about the levels of stock that are left, and particularly across some brands, and some dealers still remain quite quiet with this. They just quietly get on and turn over their stock, and Don Amott is a good example of that, particularly with some of the Eldis and Swift stuff that they are trying to shift. They're just offering it at a lower price than many of the others and seem to be turning over their stock. But some of the other dealers are shouting loud, and it's not just in social media. You know, this week I've got my new Caravan and Motorhome Club magazine, you know, and Marquis is one of the big brands. You know, they've got a big full page spread here about discounts up to £20,000 or more on some of their more premium products. So what I thought I'd do in this week's video is just give you some of the examples of what is available. So let me show you some of these examples of how people are marketing right now. It's interesting. So let's take a little look.
Hi, I'm Dave from River Motorhomes, and today I'd like you to introduce you to the Pilo P600 Expression. This model has got a French bed, beautiful interior, and is for sale for £81,000.
No! For I am Saleman, and I'm going to reduce this motorhome by £6,000! Yeah! Saleman!
Well, I'm not quite sure what happened there, but I think he's gone now. Sorry about that. On to our next model, which is the Chausson 695 First Line. This particular vehicle has the automatic gearbox and the optional Arctic pack for a bargain price of £64,995.
No, Dave! I am Saleman! What have I told you? These prices are now reduced! This is now £59,995, and I am Saleman! Yeah!
motorhome owners, do not miss this.
The biggest clearance event for caravans and motorhomes is rolling into the Midlands with over 250 new and used caravans and motorhomes from the biggest names in the business, showcasing their latest models all in one place. Smart Lounge Motorhomes, also known as Flexi Lounge Motorhomes. Well, what are they? Are they just motorhomes that read a lot of books? Not quite, but let me show you. Firstly, a comfortable, stylish space that feels more like a living room than a motorhome. Perfect for movie nights, morning coffee, or enjoying the scenic views with your feet up. Oh, excuse the Freddy Krueger toenails. But wait, this motorhome has a plot twist. With just a few slick moves, this relaxing retreat transforms into proper travel seats, complete with seat belts. That's safety and style in one clever package. It's like a sofa's just got your driver's license.
Now, I've been on a dealer forecourt today. I've been over at Pioneer in Peterborough. I've been mainly to pick up a few last bits and pieces that we need for our trip away. But when you look at what's on the forecourt, there's still quite a bit of 2024 models, and I'll insert two examples here for you of a 2024 model year Allura and a 2024 model year Adamo. One is the island bed, one is the twin beds. So Pioneer here, for example, have got a few of those models kicking around, and they are offering money off to try and get those shifted, but they have been sitting there for some time. I guess my only bit of caution with this is the Adamo in particular. I've seen that on their showground for a good few months now. You can tell it has been sat, you can tell people have been in and out of the vehicle. So the fixtures and fittings are a bit loose, so there'll be a bit of dealer sort of warranty tidy up before that goes out to a potential buyer. So do err on caution if you are looking at some of the 2024 models that have been sitting around for a while. Whilst you could argue, yes, they've had the footfall, yes, doors, cupboards, everything's been opened, prodded, pushed and played with, you're going to need to know you've got a reputable, good dealer that's going to make sure that that is all as tight as can be. If you do buy one of those. So maybe the snagging will be done for you because in a way the vehicle has been part used and tested out. But just be cautious of that and don't be afraid to speak up to your dealer about getting things put right if you spot anything. So there you go. That's what I mean about shouting at you. They're all vying for your attention. But what is it they're trying to get your attention on? Well, let me just walk you through some of the examples I found this month that may be of interest to you if you're looking for a new 2024 or 2025 vehicle.
It is definitely the 2024 and 2025 unused stock that is needing to be shifted. Some big savings here you can see at Leisure World. Over at Adventure Leisure Vehicles, they've got big discounts up to £12,000 off Malibu, Weinsberg and Naus. These are brand new models they've got in stock. Loudons are trying to shift a lot from both the UK new manufacturers, but also some of their European stock from Hymer and Malibu, for example. Granthams, they're still pushing some of their Baileys with big discounts, and they are still pushing the McLuhans and the Joacamps that they took on board last year. So here's some examples from Loudon. Some big savings on some of the bigger ticket motorhomes they're sitting on in stock. Here's a Deathless model. You've got a Swift Voyager here with discounts, and also they're starting to take some money off their special edition extra models as well, which will give you even more kit on a Swift than you would get from the standard model. Now, Granthams took on the McLuhan brand in the hope that this would shift at a lower price point, but it's quite an unproven brand here still, and as a result they're sitting on a lot of stock. They took on Bailey in the motorhomes, and again, they took on a lot of stock, so they are discounting across all the ranges. And they are sitting on quite a bit of stock from Joacamp. Again, another budget end new motorhome that they're not quite being able to shift. I just don't think people know what they are. Now, over at Adventure Leisure Sales, they've got quite a few for sale. They're down in Torbay, and that's up in Cumbria. And even here, look, you'll see they've got a couple of 2023 models with big discounts. Now, the one that really surprises me is this next one, this 2023 Weinsberg on the Volkswagen look, down from the 80s down to 59,000, just short of 60 grand. So if you look around, there is some money to be saved. Now, I'm going to give a shout out here to TMD. Now, we bought our Adria from TMD. They have got Adrias, they've got Bursners, they've got Etruscos, and they've got some Eldest models as well. But it is worth taking a look at how they are approaching shifting some of their new stock.
Here at TMD Motorhomes, we've got the Manager's Sale special event on from the 17th of July to the 22nd of August. We've managed to negotiate a 7.9 APR finance rate on certain motorhomes. Also, ignore these prices in the window, come and speak to us. We are going to do the best possible deals for you. So come in, have a chat, let's see what we can do for you.
So TMD are down in the West Midlands, and as you can see, like many of the other dealers, there's a lot of these European Bursners, Malibus, Heimers kicking around. But it is worth checking them out because they do have some really good deals.
Well, we hope you found that interesting and useful once again. And what I'd like to do in the next video is look at the used prices once again, and I will update the tracker that I've got for that and show you some of the examples I'm seeing on the forecourts. And we're also about to kick off on that France trip, and we are hoping to dip into Spain as well. So keep an eye out for our travels as we go along. Thank you for all the recent likes, subscribes. That has been really noted and appreciated once again. I will keep persevering with this and trying to bring these updates to you. I know a lot of you are finding it useful. I appreciate some people who have watched, are arguing who's got this money to be buying these vehicles in the current climate. Look, there's a market and a place for everybody and anybody in this leisure world at different points, whether you're looking for new or used. All I'm trying to do is give you a little bit of a non-dealer insight, if you like, into what is coming along. So I will keep persevering, and hopefully you will enjoy what we share, and we'll see you soon.